All right. Happy New Year to everybody. All right, guys. What's going on, my PT peeps and my Walking Dead family? One Eye Bry talking about. Let me turn this off. Sorry, getting situated here. Now, as you hear the chainsaw going, no, this isn't a horror movie or a chainsaw massacre. It's I got people in the backyard clearing out some palm trees. I got 4 big palm trees that I gonna clear out. So if you hear the chainsaw and then loud bangs and booms and everything, that's what's going on. They are doing it right now. So that's why I'm late. Just dealing with them outside. But Happy New Year, guys. We are, in the States here in Florida. It's 12. No, it's 12. It's 1 o'clock, 1:05. I'm late. Yes, I'm sorry. I apologize for that. And if you're getting close to the new year, wherever you're watching this, hopefully 2018 is awesome for it. So I'm very excited for the new year. 2018 is the year of possibilities. Really, every year is too. So hey, everybody, for joining me. Ashley, Big Sexy, Angela, Andre, Andrea, M. King, ACC, Ridvan, LOL, XD. Yes, thank you for joining me this Sunday, New Year's Eve 2017. We'll talk about a couple things. We'll talk about any things you want to mention. So, great question, Kelly, off the bat. How are Oceanside going to be able to help if they have no weapons? Well, Rick and them will have weapons. They took over the satellite station. They took over a lot of outposts that they should have got weapons from, so they can give them weapons. So Oceanside, just they need more numbers. That's the big thing. And Rick will be, needing people because the Saviors have a lot of people. And that's where a lot of people have a problem with, is that there's too many Saviors. There's too much going on with it. So I think that's a big problem for the second half of Season 8. Hopefully we get some answers for that. If you guys have any questions, post your comments in the live chat, super chats, whatever you guys want to talk about. I've been doing a lot more stuff for the books, the mystery boxes, a lot of good stuff there. So if I miss your question, I apologize. Keep asking it a couple times. I'll be able to get through there. I don't have a moderator. It's just myself. So let's answer some of these questions for it. So what season do you think The Walking Dead will end? That's a good question. The way stuff's going now in the mid-season of Season 8, I don't know. I think it could be possibly... It's not going to be Season 9. At earliest, it would be Season 10 and maybe Season 11 for it. So I think that Season 11 or 12 would be a good run for the show. And then if they could take a break, then come back or make a movie or something, because The Walking Dead is a beast. It's a ratings thing. I don't care what anybody says. The Walking Dead is huge. The merchandise, the games, the clothing, the stuff, the DVDs, everything, the comics. It's just huge. It's a money-making machine. The Walking Dead is huge with it. So I think that's very cool to have 12 seasons. I think 12 seasons would be a good run for it. So let's see what you guys got for it. People are joining left and right here, so it's just jumping around for it. So, all right, guys. Welcome to the PT channel, New Year's Eve live stream. It's the live stream of 2017. Hopefully 2017 was good to you. If it's not, it don't matter, because it's going to end. 2018 is hours away. For hopefully you can get a lot of good stuff going for the next year. If you're going to do some things, travel, anything like that, I'm going on the Walker Stalker cruise, and then Nashville, Walker Stalker Nashville in May, and then most likely Walker Stalker Atlanta. I got the tickets already, but we just got to get a hotel and everything there in Atlanta. That's the best one that I've been to for it, but I'm excited for Nashville, and if anybody's going to be there, I can meet you, sign your books, talk to you, just interact with you. I'll be there for the weekend. Be pretty cool. So, Tudor Walking Dead 95, do you think Morgan will get Michonne's post-war comic arc? That's a good point. The post-war comic arc is like basically the Pirates situation where she leaves and goes away. Possibly that's what this is. Michonne's not going to leave, of course, but Morgan, he's going to leave and go to Texas. So we'll see how it goes down, what's going to happen with that. Wow, Abu Dhabi here, 10:05. Happy New Year, everyone. Very cool. Abu Dhabi in the house. All these places, all these cities. Very cool. Nassau, Bahamas. Very nice. Like I said before, hopefully if you're listening and you hear chainsaws and loud booms, it's people working in the backyard cutting down some palm trees that I have. They're overgrown. They need to go bye-bye. So don't be alarmed if you hear anything with that. Hopefully there's not a big loud crash from the house, so the palm trees should be okay. Ashley, do you think it'll ever come out who the little bird was that was informing to Negan? That's a good question. I don't know if it's just, the scavengers or what, because the other question is, what was the deal between Jadis and Negan? Will we ever find that out? Possibly, because in the second half of season 8, we're going to see the scavengers again. It'll probably be, I think it's at least one episode, maybe 2, where the scavengers are dealt with. So we'll see what happens with them. It's supposed to be rumored that Simon and the scavengers have it out. Simon takes him out, and we'll see how it happens. We'll see how it goes down. Jadis is rumored to live, but we'll see who the little bird is and if they answer that question. There's also the question with the tape recorder. Was Eugene actually recording? Some people are like, the red button wasn't down. So that could be as well for it. So what episode did Carl get bit? Also, Lever Channel. Elena, he got bit in episode 806. You don't really see it. It's off camera in there too. And that's what people are like, you do see it, you don't see it. I'm going with you don't see Carl get bit. It's pretty weak. Like when Tyrese got bit on the arm, it was obvious. When people get bit, it was obvious. Deanna, you didn't see it, but she got bit and cut. And it's just off screen where Carl got bit in episode 806. So if you missed it, a lot of people did. Don't feel bad about that. And yes, Clown's Legacy, no one is immune in this world of The Walking Dead. Some people are in Z Nation and other movies and shows, but not this. It's just not going to happen. So everybody, Happy New Year. Thank you for joining me this Sunday and every Sunday. I'm going to be doing these live streams every Sunday that I can. I'm going on the cruise in the January, so I won't be there about that Sunday. I'll be in Nashville for a Sunday, and I'll be doing that. But when The Walking Dead comes back, you best believe we're going to be doing this. So, hey, everybody, how's everybody doing today? Are you doing anything? If you are doing something tonight and you're leaving the house, just be safe. Don't drink and drive. Take an Uber. Don't want to set this new year off the wrong way. You don't want to be doing anything with that. So did anybody watch, great question, Ashley, I was going to ask, did anybody watch the UFC 219, Holly Holm, Chris Cyborg? I was actually writing my books in the middle of it, so I didn't get a chance to watch it. I'll watch the highlights on YouTube later today, but I don't want to give anything away. But it was a decision. A lot of decisions were happening this, undercard and the main fights. So I don't really like decisions because but the people who won the fights, they deserve to win them with, we'll see. But if you know what I'm talking about, I'm excited to see, Conor McGregor fight back again in, next year, whether he's going to be in UFC or boxing, whatever. But I do like him. Some people like him, some people don't. But UFC 219 was last night, and I have to check it out online. Do you think Heath will come back and help Rick defeat the Saviors? Well, I think Heath comes back. I don't know what Heath's going to do. He wasn't really the best character when he was on screen. He left and came back. And I like Corey Hawkins, don't get me wrong, the actor, but I just wish that he didn't take the role of Heath because he's taking movies and this and that. And I don't think the role of Heath is being really utilized very well. He didn't lose a leg in the war. He didn't do this. And I just wish there would be more for that character. So does Simon die in the end here in season 8? It's rumored that could be a big possible death for the finale. That would be kind of crazy. And again, it might be at the hands of Negan. So the only people who defeat the Saviors are the Saviors themselves, which is like total crap, man. We want Rick going in there, guns a-blazing, taking people out. I wish that Rick was just a better part of this war. It's been pretty lackluster. He didn't really have much interaction with Negan besides the first episode and then episode 8. So I know a lot of people are posting comments in other videos that I make that it's just annoying that the war is kind of sluggish and this and they do stuff and they do that and where the gun was going and what was this. It's going to take all season 8 for it to happen, that the war gets satisfied and complete. So let's see what we got for questions. Will they do a time jump next season? That's the big question. Based on the Carl situation, we just don't know if that's going to happen or not. I think a time jump happens. I don't know how big it is. I don't know if we're going to see Old Man Rick or what. So we'll see what happens with the second half of season 8. We'll be able to know more if there's going to be a time jump or not. I don't think there's a time jump in season 8, but maybe season 9. Questions asking, what season will Fear the Walking Dead end? I don't know. I think they're trying to put a lot of chips into Fear the Walking Dead to bring it back up to the level of, The Walking Dead. So Fear the Walking Dead season 4, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead all year round. But Fear the Walking Dead this season is going to be a difference maker. The show is having a new showrunner, Gimple, whether you like him, hate him, loathe him, whatever. He does some good things. He does a lot of things that no one gives him credit for. People just remember the bad in a lot of things, even though killing Carl is a terrible thing for the show and makes no sense. But I don't know how killing Carl off makes Negan live. If Negan saved Carl and Carl still died, that would make sense to me that Negan can work with Rick later on down the road. But Sadiq and the walkers that bit Carl have nothing to do with Negan whatsoever. So how does that... There's good in people and everything, so I don't know. It just doesn't make sense for it. So do you think they should make 1 year break after season 8 to fix things for a new beginning? I don't think people will accept if there's a break ever for The Walking Dead because people want it year round. That's why Fear the Walking Dead is connecting the two shows with Morgan. So we want to have Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, Walking Dead. We want it year round, the seasons, the break, more seasons. We want more of that. We want spinoffs. We want there too. So I don't think taking the break is the answer. I don't think AMC wants them to take a break. I think the big thing is contracts. Can you pay these people what they want? You have, now Morgan's leaving, but Morgan's money is going to go to Fear the Walking Dead budget. The Walking Dead is going to have Rick, Daryl, and Carol as the 3 main people going forward, the originals. So they should be getting paid very well. And then you have Lauren Cohan and Maggie, and you have, a lot of people that are going to be around. So we'll see how it comes down to. It always going to come down to money for it. So I'm liking season 8 overall, even though they're making some weird decisions in what they're doing. But I think the second half of season 8, hopefully people watch it. Hopefully people are staying tuned in for it. I know I will. I'm going to watch it to the very end. And, probably if you're joining me on the live stream, you enjoy the content that we make here and the videos that we make. And, I posted a video that it was asking the question in the thumbnail, does The Walking Dead suck? Because that's been going around in a lot of people's videos and hashtags and questions that's going around on Twitter and everything. And I was just chiming in on it. I wasn't saying that it sucked at all. I was saying that I don't think it sucks. If you watch the video, I don't think it is. But they are making some missteps. If you watch a marathon of The Walking Dead, seasons 4, 5, and 6 are like the best, the peak of the show. And I don't ever think it's going to go back to that, which sucks. And that's okay if it doesn't get back to that level. I just hope it improves and continues to improve with it. So... let's see. Do you think that Daryl will take the place of Carl's part in the comics with the Whispers? It's going to be that Carl's part with the Whispers gets divided up amongst various people. So is it going to be Daryl? Is it going to be Enid? Is it going to be... I don't know who else there could be. Judith. I mean, there could be a variety of things. I think it's going to be at least 2 people, maybe 3 people that happens with for it. So... will season 4 make Fear the Walking Dead better? Yes, Epic Zombie Killer. I think season 4 of Fear the Walking Dead will be the best season based on Lenny James being there and hopefully doing the right things. I don't know any more besides the 3 new characters, the guy that's on The Gifted and a bunch of stuff, Jenna Elfman, and then the girl that was on Lost and the Taken movies. So that alone is a major change, and then Lenny James is a great actor. So I think that would be just all the things in the right way for it to get improved for it. So how will Aaron and Enid get Oceanside to help them, especially after killing, Natanya? I don't know. That's a good question. I post that in all my videos for the second half of season 8. I don't understand what killing her is going to make them join the fight. I guess Natanya was opposing them fighting. And that was what the big problem was. So she's gone, so that's not going to be there. But if a person came and killed my leader or my grandmother or someone, I don't want to join them. I don't want to do that. But the writing of The Walking Dead is all over the place, so we'll see how that works. But they'll join the fight and eventually on there too. So let's see what you get. What episode do you think Negan will die? I don't think Negan will die on the show. If Carl's dying, Negan's surviving. It just doesn't make sense for that. Negan brings a lot of merchandise, a lot of stuff, Lucille, shirts, all that. You don't realize what AMC and stuff does and what they care about, and money, money, money. But the merchandise and that is going to make for sure. Who do you think Who do you think's going to die next, Larry? That's an easy one. It's Carl, because Carl's not dead yet. But then the scavengers are going to go bye-bye. Jared's going to go bye-bye. And that better be satisfying. You know, it's going to take episode 14 of the second half of season 8 for that to happen. And you're like, come on, I got to wait episode 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then 14 is the rumored when it happens. Plus the first half of season 8, plus season 7. Jared is just terrible. And it's just not satisfying. And I don't even know if it's going to be satisfying enough for it. So I know a lot of people like Angela lost interest in Fear the Walking Dead a long time ago, but if you came back to it in the second half of season 2, it got better. First half of season 3 got better. Second half of season 3 back to their stupid ways, but then it got setting things up for season 4, coming to Texas. So I think that Fear the Walking Dead, it's a good show for people to check out, especially if there's a hiatus and a lull, because The Walking Dead comes back February 25th in the States and the 26th in Europe and a couple other areas of the world. But then we have it for 2 months, and then it goes away, and then Fear the Walking Dead will start up probably, I don't know, July, maybe August. We'll see where that actually happens. Is it going to be 13 episodes, 16 episodes? I'm not sure of all the information just yet. Let's see some of this stuff. So, if I pay, great question there, Protected Line. If I pay enough, could we have a romantic story in your book? I don't think my wife would really like that very much. If it's not a money issue, it's just a story-driven issue on there too. I don't mind love interests in the books, but I don't think my wife is going to like that very much. So some of the people that are in this chat hopefully will be participating in it. But if you want to be a part of my book series, Fight For Us, you can just go to the Patreon page. We got a $15 donation level and a $25 donation level. There's a couple spots left, and I've been writing book 5 as we speak. I've been writing actually a lot this weekend, and it's coming together very well. I have about 4, maybe 5 chapters left to write based on how I want to finish this book up and then set up book 6. But book 5 will be out. I was initially starting it in January, and then I started writing it, middle of December. And I'm like, when I start writing, I want to finish something. Once I start something, I want to finish something for it. So it should be out in January. It's going to be out before the cruise. That's for sure. That's the end of January for it. So I'm excited about the book series. It's doing really well. The next steps are we're going to be making some t-shirts, going to be making some stickers, going to hopefully be getting some graphic novel together, some concept art together in a book as well. But it's just a lot to do, plus be a PT, make videos, do all that stuff too as well. But I'm excited for it. Hopefully you guys are. Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, Fight For Us on there. So let's answer some of your questions for it. If you guys have picked up the books, hopefully you guys are enjoying them. I haven't really heard anybody that doesn't enjoy them on there as well. So I'm very proud of them. Do you think the show is way too diverse? It's getting a little too diverse with the huge cast on there. It's getting too much for it. So The Walking Dead is branching out with things. Like with Negan, that's the biggest thing. That's clearly Negan and the Saviors are hurting the show. Obviously, look at the ratings, look at this, look at that. But we're there. Negan, the Saviors are part of the show, the comic, the story arc, that's what's there. And that's what it's got to be, right? So we're dealing with it. But they're trying to make Negan a good guy and a bad guy, a complex character. Should I like him? Should I not like him on there as well? So Negan's hurting the show, and it's getting a little too much. When is Maggie going to have that darn baby? Season 9, she'll have the baby, I would assume. That might be the time jump. She might already have the baby and not have it on screen. Not delivered on screen, I should say. But she better have the baby, right? It's taken forever. But again, she's only maximum 3 months out from her pregnancy based on when we found out in season 6. So it hasn't been that long. It's not like it's actually been 5 years on the storyline of the show, even though it's been when they're filming. But what do you think about Dwight and Rosita having a thing? I think that'd be terrible. I don't really want to see that happen at all. I want to see Sherry come back into the equation. I want to see Heath come back into the equation as well. I want to see, a lot of people interact for in complex, I want to see Carol and Morgan meet Negan. Still haven't seen that. I want to see Ezekiel and Negan. I want to see interactions for that. I want to see just, we've had so many different interactions, but there's still things that we just haven't had a chance to have yet. Vikingen, you want to have Simon survive? I like Simon, but that means Simon's going to probably die. I would actually prefer Simon over Negan at times. So do you think they would do the Whisperer story, or is Carl's death a hint the show is going in a different direction? That's a great question. But they better do the Whisperers. If they don't do the Whisperers, that's like the dumbest thing ever, because the Whisperers are a huge part of the comic where they're leading after the war, because the war is over, and then if we don't have the Whisperers, what are we doing? The Saviors are this, Negan's either dead or captured, so I just don't know how the Whisperers wouldn't come around. I don't think Carl's death has anything to do with that. So I hope not. I hope that Carl's death is just keeping Negan alive, and then that's it. The Whisperer storyline is there too. The other question is, who does Negan bond with like Carl did? What's going to happen with that? So is it going to be Daryl? That would just be weird, right? Because I just don't know what the Carl storyline is going to be put together, especially with Negan. I just don't know how you keep Negan alive for it. So I don't know what's going to happen in the second half of season 8 besides the scavengers are going bye-bye. Jared's going to get killed. There's a lot of action. Rick gets an axe again for somewhere. There's a car. There's shootout scenes. There's car getting blown up with bullets. And I just don't know how Rick decides, you know, I'm going to keep Negan alive. He's actually a good guy. Let's do this. So it better make sense. It better set things up for it. So I don't know, guys. What do you make of it on there, too? What do you make of, hopefully, you're sticking by The Walking Dead. And if not, what are you going to watch on Sundays? You know, what's going to be there for it? So, don't know. Ron Anderson, what's PT stand for? PT is physical therapy. I'm a physical therapist. I'm a licensed doctor of physical therapy in the state of Florida. And I have been for over 8 years now. And going strong with that. So, I'm doing that for it. So, yeah, I hope Heath and Sherry come back to the show, and they will. I think Heath will. I don't know if Sherry, if or will, that'll happen, what they'll do with that. What do you interpret the dinner table scene and Carl's impending death? Well, the table scene, the season 7 look to the future scene is the future that would have happened if Negan didn't come around. Basically, if Negan didn't exist, that would be Rick running the show and Rick having that. I think Carl's death is going to be in the sewer. They're not going to move him. They're going to take him out, and they're going to, you know, I think Michonne or Rick has to put him down, and then they bury him. The other question is, how did they get out of the sewer? Does Maggie and them come save Rick? Because why would Negan just leave? They're like, oh, they're gone. Nope, they're clearly somewhere hiding still. They can check every building. They can check all the ground, all the surface, all on the land. How do they get out of there? Someone's got to distract Negan or get Negan out of there. And I would assume the only one that's possible for it to be is Maggie, Morgan, Carol, Ezekiel. But Ezekiel is, you know, in his own situation there at the kingdom. So, and we'll see how that happens. But I'm excited for the second half of season 8. I don't want to happen with it. But, yeah, everybody's joining me there too. So I'm excited for the future 2018, guys. What are you doing? Were you going anywhere? Any big trips? New year, new you? Getting stuff together? You know, it's just another year, just another day, just another thing. But it's a good way to make, you know, I don't make New Year's resolutions. I make goals in life. Like, I want to put this much money away. I want to be able to do this. I want to write a lot of books next year and have them ready to go and have them edited. And then slowly bring them out, have concept art, all that, stickers, merchandise, more videos, more people, more subscribers, more. The power of the internet is going strong with that. I want to do a little more gaming stuff. I want to do more with mystery boxes. I have horror mystery boxes coming out. I got a bunch of stuff coming out. I got some autographs that I'll make available for sale. And it's a lot of cool stuff going forward in this channel and with, you know, life in general for it. So I like in physical therapy, we always make goals for our patients. So I'm always a goal-driven, ready person, and I think that's the best way to do things. You make a goal, and you have short-term goals and long-term goals, and I think that's what we want to do for life. It just makes things easier for that. Protected Lion, I don't really give out my address for fan mail, but I can give, email addresses and stuff, and we can talk that way for it. Just don't, I don't know. I just think that's a little risky on it. I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on that as well, I like communication, but people can sometimes take it a little too far with it. So do you think the doctor would make it out of the ward? Yes, we have to have a doctor. We have to have Dr. Carson. One of the doctors, Carson, needs to live. I think they make it back to Hilltop, and they hide. I think everyone's going to reconvene at Hilltop because Alexandria is destroyed. Kingdom is getting blown up too. I think Hilltop is where we'll see a lot more Hilltop action in the second half of Season 8. For it, yeah, sorry, Protected Line, I don't have a P.O. box. I just have, personal home and on there, so I don't really have that. So, great question, Tudor. Will Sadiq get hate? I don't think so. I don't think that's what they're going for. Like in the comics, possibly, but on the show, probably not. Like in the comics, after Negan has the lineup and kills Glenn, Maggie punches Rick in the face. That clearly did not happen on the show. I don't think Sadiq's going to get any hate for that, even though, Rick saving Sadiq, or Carl saving Sadiq, it's not really a good situation for that. He might feel, some remorse for it or negative feelings for what happened to him, but so Kelly, yeah, have you been? Let me just answer this PT question. You've been diagnosed with sciatica. Sciatica just means pain going down the back of your leg, nerve pain from your back. You got to stretch out your hips, your butt, your back, your pelvis. You got to do some stretches. You got to get stronger in your glutes typically, and you got to get more flexible for it. Good posture, good technique, using heat or ice, whatever you prefer. Heat will relax your muscles typically, but you got to learn some stretches for your piriformis muscle. That's spelled Piriformis, piriformis. And I'm just, I definitely want to answer some more PT stuff, just not in the live chat, but I'll make some more PT videos and stuff because that's what this initially was for this channel. But The Walking Dead changed my life, changed my views, changed my, everything, connections for it. But that's how I would treat, sciatica, and that's what I usually treat because not a lot of people have actual sciatica. Sciatica just means referred pain down the leg. So does Gregory die this season or next? We just don't know if he's going to die Season 8 or Season 9. I would think Season 9 just because I don't think mercy prevails over my wrath. It's not about you. It's about this. It's about the big picture. It's about everyone working together. How could you just kill Gregory just yet? I think Gregory is a pain in the butt, but a necessary evil for the story of Hilltop and Maggie. That just not yet. I think we'll see that. I think his comic arc will come to a close in Season 9 on the show for sure. Yep. Everyone's telling you to swim, Kelly. Swim it up on there too. So, are you going to have PT shirts at Walker Stalker Nashville? I don't know. That's a good question. Well, I would have. I'm between two designs for shirts, where it'll probably just be a black shirt with white lettering on the chest, say "Fight for Us," the Impact logo on it. But hold on, guys. I got to check out the trees for a second. I'll be right back. I'm just going to pause it and be right back. All right, let's try this. Cut down in my backyard. I thought that was them. They might be finishing, but they're about halfway done for it. So, no, everything's okay. The house is okay. I just wanted to make sure if I was going to pay the guys to make sure we're done with that. But everybody, if you're joining me, I'm back to talk. Probably talk for about another half hour. Happy New Year. Happy holidays. I got some gift cards for my Christmas and birthday. And I bought a lot of stuff already with them. We went to Target and Amazon and bought some stuff for the mystery boxes to put in our mystery boxes for the like it's going to be probably the Walking Dead mystery boxes. But they're no, Ed, they're not. They're regular people. But just people are asking questions on there too. So I got some cool stuff coming in these mystery boxes. And did we find out what PPP stands for? Not yet, Kelly. Hopefully they'll answer that. And I would assume that it means whispering. That's what it means in the dynamic model for talking. Or it's like velocity model for speech. So we'll find out PPP. They better answer that too, because that was over a season ago then. Because that was back in season 7, episode 6. And this is season 8, episode 8. And we're going to come back. So Alex official birthday on Tuesday. Happy birthday. Happy early birthday, Alex official for it. So I'm excited for 2018. And I mean that too. And that's another thing with YouTube videos. I have to just do a little rant here as well. Like, I'm not a negative person. And I try to be positive with everything, even though it's tough to do that. But when stuff bothers me and I have to be real about it, I just tell you the real deal. Especially in my videos. I love The Walking Dead. It's got flaws. It's got major problems. I love Star Wars. The latest movie had some flaws, some major flaws. But I thought it was a good movie, and you should see it if you're a Star Wars fan. There's a lot of things that I'm not just going to be like, oh, it's so great, I'm this, I'm that. So, Natasha, thank you for joining me. It's okay if you're late. I'm going to go for another half hour just for you. Just to hear it. So yeah, you see, like I said, yeah, you can hear the chainsaws, right? Because they're out in the backyard, and the microphone I'm using picks up a lot of stuff for it. So the talking, but they're cutting down 4 huge palm trees that after the hurricane, Hurricane Irma really tore up my backyard a little bit, and I'm in the process of fixing that up and making sure that we don't have any problems again. For that, with it, my shed exploded and the stuff it blew up, and I'm trying to just put stuff together and put on there. But I'm cutting these palm trees down to avoid any other problems down the road for it. But I just trying to rebuild stuff. 2018, get my health in order, get my life together, get my wife's health in order too, and just get everything to just keep it rolling. I'm excited for the future of this channel, of the book series, of The Walking Dead, of the comics, of what we got going on here, guys. So I'm just going to say the arbitrary. If you haven't picked up my book series, that's okay. But I'm really excited about it because I'm writing book 5 now, but I got more and more stuff every day. I'm coming up with content and this, and people can be a part of it, and I'm putting it. I'm just very excited about the series. So you can be invested in the story because it's going to be very rewarding and a way to be part of, connected with the channel, a zombie apocalypse for it. And it's cool. It's a good series, book series that's going to be, very rewarding and worth your time on it. I know it can be a little pricey for the books, but it's worth it. I mean, there are 200 and some pages of good content, and people want to read the next one and on to the next story and keep it going is what I have. And that's what I write it for. I write it for something that I'd be excited for it as well, too. But, yeah, Hurricane Irma came in. People are posting stuff here. It was there. It's just crazy. But hopefully it's going to be okay going forward. But my excited for 2018. How about you guys? And it's cold in the world right now. I don't know in the world, but I should say in the United States. In Florida, it's actually cooling down. I know in places it's feeling like negative 40 degrees in Minnesota and stuff, and 19 degrees. It's going to be like in the 50s in Florida. That means it's cold everywhere else if it's in the low 50s, mid 50s where I live. So I'm excited for cooler weather, not cold weather. My cats hate the cold. They always want to be on the blankets with me and this and huddle together and, just cuddle up and nuzzle up on me. But it's going to be like 14 degrees AC in New York City. That's crazy. My family lives in New Jersey. So I'm going to call my dad later today. And it's probably like right there too. 14, 15, 20 degrees. Negative 40. That's crazy. How do you guys live like that? I couldn't do it anymore. Being in Florida for all these years. When it gets in the 40s and 50s, it's cold to us. I can't imagine negative degrees. That's just crazy. I can't imagine 25 degrees there too. Eventually, I probably want to move to Georgia and get a little cooler weather. My wife loves the cooler weather, that's for sure. The cold weather, she wants to wear a sweatshirt and a beanie cap like all the time. So it's just ridiculous on it too. So feel like negative degrees. I don't know how you could do that. But I told you before, guys, I'm going on the Walker Stalker cruise. And I always, if you want to see what the Walker Stalker cruise is like, you can check out my other videos, because I've been on the first 2 cruises. This is the 3rd cruise of it. I'm going on the 3rd cruise in January, and I'm getting a picture with John Bernthal and Kari Payton, Ezekiel, and Shane. And I'm excited because I haven't met either of those people before. I love The Punisher. Even though it's a little slow on Netflix, we're about halfway through it. It's getting better and better, but it's been a little slow. Hopefully it picks up for that. But I like John Bernthal. He plays that character who's like been through a lot. Like I see Shane when I see The Punisher. Just how he talks, his mannerisms, his walk. All he's got to do is buzz his head and then start rubbing his head, and he's Shane again. You know, that's been the nice character for it. So I've already asked this, Andre, but I'll answer it again. Do you think Sadiq will feel guilty for Carl's death? Yes, I think he will get, feel bad for it. There's just no way around it. If he didn't, then it'd be terrible. I think that would be, a tough, situation for anybody. If someone saved you in the zombie apocalypse, you would feel bad, right? I mean, you would have to feel bad if somebody was like, they died and I'm alive because of that. So, Nick, my favorite Walking Dead character, well, I have 2 of them. On the show, it is Michonne. On the comic, it is Jesus. And Jesus on the show is not nearly like the comic character that I know and love. And they need to give him some skills and some fighting and some badassery and kicking Negan's butt and the Saviors. Because in the show, he like beats up Rick and Daryl, and it does a couple things here and shoots some Saviors. And that's about it. Now he's like, we got to keep these Saviors alive. Even if they're going to kill us, we got to keep them alive. Come on, man. That's just stupid. So I like certain things of The Walking Dead that I take from that, put it in my world. I like certain things from Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, put that in my world. I love some things from Zombieland, put that in the world. And I put, stuff of my friends, my family, my cats, my life, my job, my experiences, my environment, all in the books as well, too. So thank you guys for joining me this Sunday, New Year's Eve, 2017. And like Red Rum Review, thank you for joining me on the live stream. And if you guys want to do any super chats or post anything there, that's always welcome. And keep answering your questions like this. This is a great way. I think this is a better way to do Q&A than, making Q&A videos for it. Even though we're going to have a couple of those as well in the second half of season 8. People like to ask questions, and I love to answer them and put them in there. And I'll do that for sure. What's my favorite story arc in the comics? That's a good question. There's just so many good little things that they did with it. I kind of like the Whisper War as of late, as a newer thing to come. They better bring that to the show. I like that whole thing where the Whisperers had so many walkers and there were so many things and this and then them attacking and then certain deaths and epic style, like, certain things that were just in, season 8 kind of saw that as well. So I like that as well for it. I'm probably saying that as well a lot. I apologize. I guess it's just my word that I use for talking here. But I am 2018 is right upon us, a couple hours away. It's less than, half a day away. I'm going to be doing a lot of big things. The Walker Stalker cruise I was talking about before. I put a lot of the panels, all the panels, I break into parts and put them online. So hopefully there is a Negan Shane panel. I would love to see that. I wanted to see that $1 million question for that. Hopefully there's a Robert Kirkman panel and all that. I always record the panels if I go to the conventions and put them out there if they're worth. If I watch it, you can watch it there too, because if you're not allowed to be there or you can't be there or it's a lot of money for it, I think that's a good way of doing things. And it's a cool thing. I like the interaction with it. I think also Greg Nicotero can't be there because he's probably directing some Fear the Walking Dead. And then Lauren Cohan dropped out. So the big thing was Norman Reedus. He's always did a panel with Greg Nicotero. They've always done a panel together. And last year it was with Jeffrey Dean Morgan on the panel. And we have that all on our channel, guys. So if you subscribe to the channel, check out the videos on there. You can see the different panels from Walker Stalker Atlanta and the cruises are on there for your enjoyment. What was the saddest death for you in The Walking Dead? It's got to be Glenn and Abraham's, because they're together. You could say it's Glenn's or it's Abe's, but it's the same kind of, show episode for it. Glenn's was pretty tough. Maggie's, reaction to it just really got me. I've never been upset watching The Walking Dead until that time. Might be upset when Carl goes, but Glenn and that in 701 was really tough. That's a really tough episode to watch, especially the last 15 minutes of it. So, will I ever do an audition video on The Talking Dead? I thought about doing that. I just don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would dress up as and what I would be. And they always do things like a teacher one, and they always do, it's like a couple one that was dressed up as Michonne and Rick, so they don't really do for that as well. So thank you, ACC, for the super chat. Yeah, it seems Rick gets his butt kicked in the fights. He does. Like, I had that in a video where Rick can't fight because he's getting his butt kicked a lot of the times. You could say he won against Shane or won about this, won that. He always gets beat up, though. He's better at shooting people, that's for sure. Michonne would slice you up really quick, and that's I do love Michonne. I agree with you on there, too. So I'm excited to see when Negan loses Lucille. If or when that happens, that's his strength. What's he going to do? Even though it's a freaking baseball bat that, you could just shoot Negan in the face and it'd be gone. But, Lucille, the bat, his team, his strength, his people, and he's getting everyone to rally together. That's what makes Negan very strong, not Negan by himself. Even though he kicked Rick out of a window, and beat him with Lucille, and they fought and this. And, I just need that to get beat up. I just need Negan to get beat up a little more on the show, just to be a little more satisfying for it. Worth that. They make their villains a little too strong, like the governor, and I don't think Shane was a villain. He got villainous towards the very end, but I wouldn't classify him as a villain. Like, that Shane had good in him there too, but he just got stuff down the road that made him kind of crazy. So, Ashley, great question. How much does the cruise cost to go on the Walker Stalker cruise? Well, this year it's out of New Orleans, and you got to fly there. You got to be there. Before it was out of Miami. We drove to the port in Miami, left our car there, got on the boat for the days, and now we got to fly to New Orleans, which isn't too bad out of Tampa. But you can get the rooms. It depends on if it's double, triple, or quadruple occupancy, 2, 3, or 4 people in a room. It gets cheaper if you're in the interior room in there too. It's not that much money, but it is if you got to book airfare. The taxes are on top of the bill for it. Your food is included unless you go to the specialty restaurants. Your alcohol, you got to pay for that and everything too. But I would say about $2,000 for 2 people, maybe $2,500 for 2 people. So it's about $1,000 to $1,300 for the per person, which is not bad if you go more people there as well. Let's see what we got. Shiva dying. Yes, I got upset at the idea of Shiva dying, but I don't think it was very upsetting how they did it. I think it was just not the biggest death, how they portrayed it. Why do you think Kirkman hasn't spoken about Carl's death in the television series? I don't know. He doesn't want to give anything away, I think. I think Gimple and Kirkman need to do PR, and they need to, calm the situation down a little bit. But I don't know why Kirkman hasn't talked. He really needs to explain it to us a little bit. So I think that my first Walker Stalker I went to was actually Orlando. They don't do that anymore because there's too many conventions in Orlando. We went to Walker Stalker Orlando. My dad and I got a cast picture with a bunch of people that aren't on the show anymore. But we still have, some of the people are like Tara and Rosita and Morgan. And, there was 12 people in the picture and we got to meet. And it was pretty awesome for it. I think it was very cool to do. If you can do a Walker Stalker around you, you can spend a lot of money or you can get general admission. And it doesn't have to be that much money. It's still expensive for it. Tampa, I don't mind the Bucks. They're okay. Lightning, they're all right. I don't really care about hockey too much, but I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. And my wife is a Giants fan, so it's interesting that a lot of people back home are Eagles fans. So it's always interesting around this time of the year with football. But yeah, I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan for it. So, Andre, do I still pay pictures for the actors? Yeah, it costs you money to get pictures with them. For all that, it always costs money if you want to do extra things on there too. The price of admission gets you on the boat, pays for your basic meals, your drinks like water and juices, but if you want to buy soda, that costs money. If you want to buy alcohol, that costs money. Then your taxes and your fees to be at sea, but your room and board and your just being on the boat is what you're paying for. But anything extra costs money for it. So Lori was the worst villain. I don't think Lori was a villain. I just think she was, really a pain in the butt. Even though, did you see who actually was voted the worst villain through Skybound or whoever did that? Did you see who it was? Because people be like, it was Negan, it was the governor, it was this. But no, I'll let you guys answer. But I think that the villain that was voted biggest villain was there too. So I know why I don't like Lori, because Lori pitted Shane and Rick against each other basically. And then if you watch it, they just watch season 2 and you'll see how Lori plays the game with Shane and reels him in a little bit and this, and it says you have to watch Shane, Rick, watch this, and you'll see what Lori actually does and just how her relationship with Rick as well. It wasn't really that big a thing. But yeah, I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. I've been a fan since 1992 or 91 or 1990, early 90s for it. I actually like the New York Yankees. Going to school in Tampa, I met some of the Yankees because they have spring training here. Tino Martinez went to the college I went to, and just a lot of the people living here, like Jeter lives around the area, and a lot of people live in Tampa. Especially a couple right in the area where I live, which is pretty cool to see there. Where I kind of live too, I would have actually loved to meet him if he was still alive, is Macho Man Randy Savage. He passed away when I moved here. He died in his Jeep in the area, and there's a tree where he actually had a heart attack and stuff when you see that as a memorial for him. But Tampa is a lot going for it with wrestlers and everything as well too. Who may or may not be in the book. You'll never know. You gotta read the next book on there too. So, great question here, hey Brian. What do you think of TV Negan overall? Is he good as the comic version? No way. Comic Negan is way better in my eyes than TV version because of the regulations of cursing and just things you can't do. You can't show that much violence, that much gore, that much F-bombs. Negan just can't be, true Negan. Even though Jeffrey Dean Morgan's doing a pretty good job with it and on there. So, yep, you got that right. Actually, Shane was the villain of that. He was actually voted the biggest villain of that, which is kind of ridiculous. Definitely, there's no way Shane was worse than the governor or Negan. Especially with Negan killing all this stuff. Shane didn't do anything like that. I guess he didn't have the chance to, but I will stand by my writing that I would have changed if it was possible to have Shane and Andrea leave and go on their own, because they were going to leave, remember, in season 2, but they didn't. Shane and Randall and all that stuff thing happened, but I would like to have Shane go away and then come back to be the leader of some area for it. But that didn't happen. Shane went away. And John Bernthal actually appreciates the fact that he got killed off because it opened up so many things for him. He's a good actor for a lot of good stuff. And probably the biggest thing is, the Punisher series on there too. So what are you guys watching to fill the break? I finished Stranger Things. I got to watch some movies on HBO and some things I want to watch. But I got to finish The Punisher. But The Walking Dead isn't coming back for, we got all of January and then 24 days in February. So we got 70 days, 70-some days, 70-some days to worry about filling the void for The Walking Dead. it's still a void in my life. I want to see how it plays out with Carl. I think all this crap about the viewers and this being down and that, it doesn't matter. People are still going to watch. So say it used to be 13 million and now it's 11 and now it's 9 and now it's 8. If it's above 3, 4, 5 million, that's still great ratings. The show will still take that any day of the week, and that show will still last for several more seasons if they can pay the actors too. The bigger question is, how's that going to happen too? Because I know Andrew Lincoln has said it's been tough knowing that Carl or Chandler Riggs hasn't been there, and we're losing people left and right. Hence, this is The Walking Dead, and anyone can die on the show. Do you think Gavin will switch sides? I hope so. I hope Gavin helps Ezekiel, or they work together, or they do something with this, and hopefully Gavin joins the side of Rick, Ezekiel, and Hilltop. I think that would be pretty awesome if Gavin eventually becomes part of that. I don't know if Simon could actually do that, so that's probably why they'll kill people. That's why they'll probably kill Simon off at the end of Season 8, which thinks of it too. So what do I think of Michonne? I love Rick and Michonne, and them together is a power couple. I think it was kind of forced because she's supposed to be Andrea. Andrea was supposed to end up with Rick, and that whole thing with, Laurie Holden. It's a shame for her. She had an 8-year deal. She got kicked off, written out of the script after 3 seasons for some reason. But she had an 8-year contract, bought a house, and I hope they probably had to settle some payment or something. But I just was not good. So I think, I think Jeffrey Dean Morgan plays a good Negan, but I don't think Negan can be Negan on the show. True Negan. I don't think we'll see Here's Negan on there as well. I think that has to be, done on a different network because it's just almost comical how they can do certain things and they can't. You can show people getting decapitated and whatever, but you can't say an F-bomb. That's what they always love to say. So I'm going to go for about 10 more minutes, guys. Get your chats, super chats, questions going right here. I'm doing nothing tonight. My wife is traveling back from South Florida as we speak. She's going to see. She saw her family and had to get stuff there too. I couldn't go because I had stuff to do around the house, and it worked out that we got to get the trees done and all this stuff done. And you can probably still hear the chainsaw, guys. Right? That's got to be still going on. But I'm going to be sitting home, probably watching a movie, getting some chilies or something for dinner, and can't really drink alcohol because of my Crohn's disease. Can't really do a lot of things. Can't really eat popcorn at the movies now because of it. And that sucks, especially because we got all these Regal gift cards to use for the movies next year. And there's a lot of good movies, guys. A lot of good stuff happening for Adrian. Very cool. Happy New Year from Asia. That's awesome. Happy New Year from Tampa, Florida. The luxurious, great place of Tampa, Florida on there. So it's kind of crazy when someone says from Sweden or London or, Belgium or Asia. And I'm like, Tampa, Florida. It's kind of like just little Tampa. But I'm going to do nothing really tonight. Going to watch some TV. Even New Year's Eve television's like terrible. It's not good like it used to be with Dick Clark and everything with how they do it. But Walking Dead Marathon, that would be pretty cool. And I know some people are saying Fear the Walking Dead is better than Walking Dead, but it's just not there yet for me. I don't really care about Fear the Walking Dead characters like I do The Walking Dead. Like Carl dying, it sucks. It's a bad death. But if you killed Alicia, I'd be like, oh, she's cute, but what does she really bring to Ophelia died? Don't really care. Kim Dickens, Madison could die. I'd be like, yeah. No, she's the lead of the show or whatever. Nick would be a little upsetting, or Daniel would be a little upsetting. But, when Shiva, Carl, Sasha, it sucks. It's not a good thing for, when you're killing characters off. But it's got to be done for one way or the other for it. So that would be actually cool, Old Wilson, if Jeffrey Dean Morgan went back and had a connection with Supernatural. I think that would be, bringing a lot of stuff back to Supernatural, even though people watch it. I think people would really watch it if Jeffrey Dean Morgan came back on there, did a couple episodes, and then left again, or however they did with the character. That would be pretty cool for it. So, probably going to watch a movie tonight on Netflix or whatever. Did anybody watch Bright on Netflix? I've heard mixed reviews. That's the Will Smith movie, and I don't know if it's good or bad or if I should watch it or not, but I'm going to watch it. I don't really believe what critics say a lot of the time. I think critics are crap. I think that people that know movies and know myself, what I like, I'm going to watch it on there too. So there's a Game of Thrones marathon right now. Oh, man, you watching that, Ashley? I'm excited for Game of Thrones. That's one thing I'm definitely excited for it. I got off track before, but I was talking about 2018 movies. The year 2018. Next year, I'm going to be making a video about it, but there's 12 movies that I want to see in the movie theater. I don't know if I'm going to see all of them, but I'm probably going to see at least 6 of them. I know for sure. Of course, the Avengers and, Black Panther, they look really good. But there's a lot of other movies too, like Jurassic World 2. That looks good. Jurassic World was really good. So, I'm going to be making a movie about that. Anything you guys want to do for 2018? Travel, sightsee, write a book, lose some weight, gain some weight, get stronger, get healthier, do something. New year, new you. It's a good start. It's a good fresh start on there too. 2018 can be your year, or it could be a pain in the butt year. I know when I started 2017, I was like, it's going to be our year. It's going to be good. I had some of the worst health problems I've ever had in my life in 2017. Changed my life, changed things for the good and the worse. And Hurricane Irma, stuff crazy got had with that. And just a lot of stuff's been going on, but I'm appreciative and thankful for people like you, my Walking Dead family, my Walking Dead community, my PT peeps, my family, my internet family, my online family, and my real life family on there too. I'm just appreciative for everything I do have, and it changed my outlook on life. Before, I used to overly stress about things, and that doesn't help out at all. I'm doing what I love now, communicating, talking with people like yourself, writing books, expressing myself through art and connection and communication, and that's all you can do. And I think it's a good form for it, guys. So for that, I bid you adieu. 2017 is hours away. We are 10 hours away in the United States, Tampa, Florida, right here, to 2018. And I had a good holiday gaming, Griff. Always have a good holiday when I'm off and I don't have to travel. I go to the airport. There's nothing worse than doing all with that. Just terrible for it. And mahalo there, Leanne Lee. I'm guessing you are on the big island of Hawaii, as they call it. I want to go there someday. I'm going to probably take a cruise to Hawaii. That's my dream vacation down the road when I have enough money to raise to save up for sure. Good. I'm trying to read some of these about Bright because I go from the people's perspective and recommendations from people that I trust. I don't care what the critics say. I'm not excited at all. Yes, Infinity War Tutor next year comes out in May. If Marvel Infinity War probably going to set all sorts of records it already has on YouTube for the amount of people who watched the trailer in like a week. It's ridiculous how people are excited about Marvel Avengers. I'm excited for it because all those people coming together, pretty awesome stuff. And I'm excited for 2018. Hopefully you should too. Deadpool 2. Yep, that's on my list as well. See, guys, we're all on the same level with movies. That's where it's at. Venom, Jurassic World 2. Hopefully X-Men Dark Phoenix is good, even though X-Men Apocalypse was probably like, wah, wah. So I bid you adieu, guys. 2017 is almost over, 10 hours away. Walking Dead mystery boxes, horror boxes, sci-fi boxes, Marvel boxes. I got a lot of good Marvel stuff that I'm going to be making mystery boxes for that I'm putting together for it. Some autographs that I'm going to be selling. The Fight For Us book series, stickers, T-shirts. If I was going to sell T-shirts, this will be the last thing I talk about. The Walking Dead, or not Walking Dead, I can't do that because it's not my stuff, but Fight For Us PT channel T-shirts. What would be a good price point and what would be the size? I'm thinking large or extra large and like $15. That would be what I want to buy because if I make the shirts, I can get bulk pricing if I buy more of them. And I don't want to buy shirts like I don't want to buy a small and a medium and a large and an extra large and a double XL and a triple extra large. So, and also, price point, I think $15 is a good price point for it. So let me know in the comments or on here, size of a t-shirt, and price point, because we're trying to get it down. Because I want people to, you know, I'm thinking about PT. I'm thinking about getting a shirt. If Michelle's in here, she had a good shirt that I signed at Walker Stalker Atlanta. It said, "I'm a PT peep," and I think that would be pretty awesome. Have a basic black shirt with "I'm a PT peep" on the chest, and then in the same branding, I would have "Fight for Us" on the chest in white lettering on a black shirt as well. So, again, guys, thank you so much. I can't say it enough. YouTube, yourself, subscribers, you know, the community, people like yourselves have changed my life. And I can't say it enough. And I appreciate everything you guys have done, being a part of it. And it's not like you are, you know, just internet people. I consider you my Walking Dead family. I'm excited to grow the channel and have interactions with you and be, you know, people from all over the world coming together to talk with this there too. Yep, the Solo movie, Han Solo, for sure with it. I don't know what's up with the live chat. It's kind of sluggish with it. Yep, sure, it's good. Yeah. Am I gonna play the Overkill Walking Dead video game? Is that with the guy with the baseball bat and the hood with the trailer that's going around, Walking Dead Tutor? Because I'll probably play that. I'm gonna play The Last of Us 2. I want to play Days Gone. Want to play, you know, Battlefront 2. I'm probably going to rent it or whatever for it. So I started a little late, so I went a little over. But again, guys, this will be my last words right here. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all you've done for the channel, for myself, the support, the love, the kindness, and big things coming in 2018. More books, more mystery boxes, more good stuff, more content, more connections, more growing, more good stuff, guys. The Walking Dead, don't give up on it. Hopefully the writers know what they're doing. If not, just switch over to the Fight for Us series with me. You won't be disappointed. So thanks, guys. You guys are awesome. One Eye Bry saying Happy New Year, and I hope 2018 is good, if not better than 2017 for you. And you guys are awesome, and thank you for watching.